On what basis would this evidence be submitted? Is there anything stipulating that fines or case law requires that this be complied with by a certain time and such? If not,
there is a statute in Illinois. There is Mr. Searing testified about a statute, and I can advise the board that there is in fact a statute that says specifically what Mr. Searing recited as part of his testimony.
Do we know that that statute applies properly to this?
Beg your pardon?
Do we know that that statute in fact applies to this matter?
It applies to anyone who chooses to run for office or wants to become an elected official in a municipality.
Please, the board, I would prefer to be addressed as a citizen rather than Mr. It's a title. It's a title in part of my religion and involves it.
Would you please speak into the microphone, sir? I can't hear what you're saying.
Part of my religious beliefs are such that titles are not appropriate except for our Almighty, and as such I prefer not to be referred to as Mr. or only as citizen.
Do you not want us to use your last name? Is that what you're saying?
The title, sir, Mr.
Okay.
Citizen is a statement of fact. Mr. is a statement of honor.
Citizen Boseneiler, do you wish to testify? Do you wish to testify?
I certainly do.
Okay, then you need to raise your hand and swear that you will tell the truth and let the court reporter swear you.
Prior to that, the item of watcher, I believe, should be relevant.
That's your been sworn, sir?
No, I'm not. Okay. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth.
You swear the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God.
To the best of my ability, I do.
Are you saying that you did not pay the fines at 4:30, or that you paid them before 4:30, or what did you say?
I paid them considerably early, and I paid them just to clear up the question, so there would not be a question to be challenged.
When did you pay the fines?
I don't have a record at this time, but it was well in advance.
When you say well in advance, what do you mean?
The required time frame for the filing.
When were they paid?
Prior to the deadline. I don't recall that. I don't pretend to remember recall. I don't have the receipts in hand, but I can certainly obtain them if the subpoena if necessary.
So, are you saying that the police department records as to when the fines were paid is incorrect?
I certainly wouldn't challenge that, but I would like to ascertain, refer to my own notes in that regard. I have receipts on both these matters.
Well, it's a very important matter, citizen, because the board must find based upon the evidence presented to it at this hearing. And the evidence presented at this point is that the fines were paid at 4:30, and I believe your petition was filed at 10:26 a.m. So do you have evidence that you paid the fines prior to filing the petition? That would be important for the board to consider if you do.
I was not given a receipt that I know of. Since I was not provided a copy of that at that time, do you know for a fact that that is actually the time the money was received, or only that that's the time of the entry?
Procedure is to enter it in the computer at the time the money is received, when the person is at the front window. We make entries right there. Then the telecommuter has to go to a laptop, which is part of the MSI program, and enter the information at that time of the amount, the check number, and it fills out a form. So this would be the time that you were at the front window making payments, sir.
Well, if I may, policy is guidelines in what you try to comply with. I think we all know that with all the multiple policies involved with you and others, it's probably your policy to enforce speeds at 30 miles an hour and so on. You also realize policy is that you cannot comply with that policy. Is it possible that that was not entered immediately after receipt of the money? Is it possible?
It's possible, but it did not happen because there are 3 witnesses that can verify that you were at that window at 4:30, sir. Me being one of them, sir.
You were standing at the window?
Yes, sir. Right around the corner, sir.
Out of sight, because I don't
Yes, sir.
see you at all.
Yes, sir.
No further questions?
My research of the law with regard to the Sinkus case, spelled C-I-N-K-U-S, by the way, is that indebtedness of a potential candidate at the time the petition is filed causes that person to be ineligible to hold the office of the municipality. And that is by itself sufficient basis to deny the candidate a place on the ballot. So that if you wish to base a finding strictly on that without getting into the other issues that were raised by the petitioner, or excuse me, by the objection, you can do that, and I believe that you have sufficient basis to do it.